So we will be going through all of the pictures that I took within the past few days of the clouds, of the storm itself, and probably editing out my gallery because I have a lot going on. I have a lot going on in my gallery now. Hold on just a moment though. I sent all of the stuff that I had on my phone. I have my own personal little group chat with myself, basically. My own kind of server to myself. I was like, okay, this is where I can organize some things. Okay. So I tried to send literally anything and everything that was for the sky and little sightseeing stuff. And I tried to send it to that. Okay. And I will be going through my phone as we go through the pictures on stream together. Okay. Now I will say I have already taken some out beforehand. But that is because that's because I was able to do it then and there in the moment. So hold on just a moment. I want to check and make sure that if there's anything important for me to see, I want to see it. Okay, we're good. So we have the clouds here. This was the first day of us going out. We were on our way to Liberal, Kansas. And look at these there's these fluffy clouds here. And then these are just so light and fluffy, but like thinner. Like this is a thinner layer of clouds, but that in the distance just looked gorgeous with this. Okay. And at that point in time, I wasn't for sure if I wanted to kind of try and, this is where I took this picture. This is where I took this picture. I wasn't for sure. But, I did do it for some of these. Like this, we found a dinosaur. And listen, I don't usually really wear my glasses much out, except when we go driving. But the thing is that Mr. Steak was wearing sunglasses, so I had to wear sunglasses, in my humble opinion. So, I was like, I can't tell what that green thing is. And he's like, I think it's a dinosaur. And once we got close enough to it, it was a dinosaur, okay? It was a dinosaur. And this dinosaur is up on a mountain, on the way to Canadian. Okay? So be careful. If you're near Canadian, you probably want to go see the dinosaur. Now, I also took this picture, and I was like, oh, with the clouds cascading over the road and the country scenery, and then the sun just trying to peek through the clouds just enough. Oh, it was so gorgeous. And I feel like my computer isn't doing this justice. I feel like it looks a little bit better on my phone. All right. And then it had started to get a little darker outside, and we had already stopped and had food in Liberal. Mr. Steak said, you know what? I want Freddy's. And I said, well, then let's go. Well, actually, he didn't tell me we were going to go get Freddy's. He was just like, we're gonna go to Freddy's, and I'm not gonna tell her. I'm just gonna tell her we're gonna go get food, and then we'll both like it. And I'm like, why did you tell me? Because he wanted me to be excited. He's so cute like that. Okay. So the sun had started to set. You see like the nice little orange starting to go through the clouds. And then we were coming across a little railroad and some open scenery, and I love sunset pictures. I would say I'm kind of addicted to them. Galaxy tastes like raspberries. Is that because of the atmosphere out there, or that's just kind of the flavor that usually people put in it? When something is galaxy flavored, they do usually put raspberries. But yeah, I think this picture is okay. On my phone, it looks a little better. But this railroad and I really like this one with it just subtly going. Oh, cloud pictures are so pretty. All right, and then we have this one, which was okay. It looks okay on my phone. I do like the other two better, so I am going to get rid of this one. Ooh, but the next one, this is when we got a little bit further down the road, so it's a little bit darker right here. This is what we were kind of watching, was seeing if this would storm up for us. And it feels like the clouds are just kind of bordering each other, and it looks so cute. All right. Next set of pictures. Ooh. This one makes it look really bright outside. Get the nice flow of the clouds, but it's just so bright and feels kind of vivid in a way. I kind of like that. As I recall, the chemical. Oh, that makes sense. That the chemical that gives the raspberry flavors abundant in space, so it probably tastes like raspberries. They probably wouldn't let us taste space, though, you know? We'd probably die. Let's be honest. Oh my gosh. All right. And then we have this pretty picture. We got further down the road, and although on this side is where I had taken that darker picture, we were trying to see of when and where the storms would be coming. We were up here a little early for that day for storms, but we had wanted to be there and make sure that we could get things done, you know, and see everything. It had started to do little lightning up here, and you could tell we were schmovin' because nice music and everything.
What is right underneath it?
Dragon Wars, yeah! But this, and just us going down the road, it was gorgeous. And you can see the little light rays coming in from the other side of the clouds. I love when that happens. It's something I'm just, please. Please and thank you. But I was trying to see if I could get any of the lightning going through, and it just decided that it didn't like me, which most of the time lightning doesn't like me. And I want to beat its ass, okay? It's kind of rude. But then we were coming upon a town, and guys, the name of this town, I don't know if y'all are going to believe the name of this town, okay? But we had the nice fluffy clouds coming up, and it was looking very amazing. I do think I want to crop the picture. Yeah. Let's see, does that look any better on my phone, or do I like this next one? Just, I think I like the next one just infinitely better. Yeah, I even got like a little bird in the sky. Yeah, no, I'm deleting this one, and I'm keeping this one. Yeah. Let's see if I'm cropping this out on my phone. I'm gonna see if I like it better like that. I do like it better not cropped, actually. Okay. But this next one, this is the name of the town. Are you ready for this? I don't think you are. So we went to Liberal, and Liberal is right next to Hooker. Hooker, I barely know her. Oh, I think I'm so funny. But the true value of Hooker. I was just getting the clouds. You got the little sun rays going in. I was having such a good time. And this was with the window down. But I not only did that video, I have one more video. Oh, and this one is of the clouds that are... I was like, you know what? It's thundering above us. It's going to look really pretty with all the clouds going by. If it will lightning for me. But, you know, it didn't, you know. But that's okay. Just, like, look at all those fluffy clouds. I was like, ooh, this might look pretty. It's okay, you know. It looked like clouds, you know. Pretty clouds, at least. But it did start to sprinkle on us, and I thought that it was pretty and aesthetically pleasing. We totally weren't listening to Chop Suey. And I thought that was so pretty because we could still see the clouds in the background and then just light rain going on. Ugh. I was addicted, okay? Might as well face it. Okay, now this next picture, I did already edit through the ones that I took around this picture. And this one is the one that I've kept. Like, look at this. With the little windmill. Now, I had a picture with the windmill on the dark side, and it just doesn't do it justice. It was this nice light going on this side and the kind of dark storm forming on the other. We had such a great time. Okay. That was those ones. Now we're on to these ones. All right. And then again, we had the soft light clouds going through. This was the one that I liked out of the ones I took. I did kind of already edit a little through them. It looks a little better on my phone, but I'm not in love with it, so I do think I am gonna delete it. And now this next one, cows! You have cows, and then like there was a plant, I think, over this way. In the distance, there was so many like pump jacks for oil out there, and so many moo cows, and just the nice little lighting in the background. I'm surprised how well the cows are coming through in this picture, because on my phone they look still funky. How dare they? How dare they happy? You're so silly. All right. And then I'm trying to figure out why I took this screenshot. Oh! I have to look up if Fort Supply actually has ammunition in it. Hold on. Hold on. Let me see if... Hold on. Let me see if Fort Supply actually has ammunition in it. Because you know sometimes they have like a armory. It has a guardhouse. It looks like it has a guardhouse. It looks like some people had a lot of fun going to the guardhouse. They do little tours and stuff, and they had a nice little tour guide that knew his stuff, it looks like. At least somebody did. That would be really cute to go to. Fort Supply Historic Site. That'd be really fun to go to, but it does look like it was closed a week ago for restoration, and I think it still was when we went through the town as well. So just know, Fort Supply may have some supply of ammunition or stuff like that, but it's closed. They'll eventually do tours again, okay? No, I'm just making sure of something because it tells me I have notifications on Discord. Okay, I think we're good. Now we have a couple more videos. Oh! I know what this is about. Okay, listen, there's a little fire going on out here, and it looks so pretty. Okay, at this point, I had my glasses on, and it looks so pretty, but my phone couldn't do it. My phone couldn't do the pretty fire in the distance at the plant. Okay, so at night, you can tell when they're burning oil still because they'll have this little flame going out one of the tops. And at this point, we put on funk because we were getting tired, but we wanted something upbeat to keep us awake for the rest of the drive. Oh my gosh. I was so upset at this. So upset. But then we came upon another one that was a little closer. But I don't think this one does it justice either. Why didn't it flips? What? Ah! That little fire right there. Ugh! And it wouldn't go through! I was so upset because it looks like just another little bulb. Another little bulb of light. Because that's where the fire was. But at this point, we were listening to one of Mr. Steak's favorite chasers. Making sure that I say the right name. His name is Connor Croft. He was chasing storms all the way in that evening, and then the next day we had gone alongside him basically a little bit too. He had went ahead of us, and we were ahead of him, and a little back and forth thing, and whew, we had a great time, and he had a great time knowing that we passed by the gas station that he filled up at. We were excited. He was going into the storm, and we were like, nah, it's time to go home to the hotel. We gotta spend the night. Now, we did have to stop and go to the bathrooms, but this gas station is so cute. And not only is it cute, but it has a great name of the town that it's in. Okay, and like, look at the little murals. They just look so pretty. Okay, and this is one side of it. And then there was a buffalo outside. There was also a donkey. And you could tell where I took the picture of the wall. It was just gorgeous, okay? But I did take a picture of this wall because it had the name of the town. You ready? I don't think you're ready for this. I don't think you're ready. Hennessy! we had went to Liberal, then we went to Hooker, and then we went to Hennessy, and we thought we were hilarious. Okay, of course it was kind of late at night, so anything sounds a little bit more hilarious than what it usually is. Am I right? But we had stopped at this Casey's. We had needed to go to the bathroom and fill back up on some gas. And then here's our next set of stuff. I think I was just... I guess, man, we were still looking... You're... Death! You're so silly for that. You're so silly. Hi. I hope you're doing well. Good morning. So this video right here, it had been, like slightly thundering and stuff outside. And lightning strikes going everywhere, but it was too dark.
Smash.
For, my phone to actually take pictures and video of the lightning. Happy you're so silly. You're just working. I hope you're doing well. Okay. Now this next thing, I thought it was just cool. It was a cool kind of shape, and also like somebody had painted on this, and it has like this cute little star on it and stuff. And somebody looking at a sunset, like they had painted that, and then Water, Oklahoma or whatever. This kind of weird starish shape was cool in a little display over there. And it was lit up, and I thought it was pretty. Let me pre-look at these other pictures because I can't remember. Hold on. Oh, I remember. Okay. Listen. We were on 51 East. And it told us, and this many miles, go straight on to 51 West. And this is where it continued to say 51 West, even though it was definitely 51 East. We were going east. And there was another side of the road going west. And then, so this is 51. We were on Oklahoma 51. East. And it says east here and it says west here. Like, you could tell the difference. But we had went off of this road and turned on 97 South, right? Well, then it told us to turn back on 51st. And West 51st. And I thought it was hilarious, okay? Now listen, this is 12:12 in the morning, and I thinking something is hilarious, you know? We were almost to the hotel, though. We just had to go through the town a little bit, and I kind of wish I could have got a picture. We had went on to West 51st Street, and listen, there is a good opening that way to see the town from a higher place of the way we went after turning on 51 West. We had seen some trees not in one spot, and we could see the town, and I had thought about taking a picture, but I didn't. I should have, but I didn't. But we had a lovely night. We had breakfast in the morning. It was a nice little hotel, little Super 8. Oh my gosh. Me remembering that I got me something to drink and I haven't even taken a sip yet. All right. The only thing that we didn't like about our breakfast in the morning is they didn't make any bacon, or even though I don't like sausage, they didn't make any. I would have let Mr. Steak have some. But we had breakfast at the hotel in the morning, and what I did like was that I had myself some peach yogurt. Dashi, good morning, baby. And not only was there peach yogurt, but there was like they had a waffle maker, but it had where they could be in like little individual circles, and it was so cute. It was so cute. All right. Now this was in the morning. We didn't sleep that long, I would say. Mr. Steak woke me up at like 7:30 or something, and I was like, babe, our alarm doesn't go off till 9. He's like, I can't sleep, let's go. And I'm like, fine, we can go get breakfast. But good morning, Dashi. Hi, Star. Hi, Rach. Good morning, my babes. How are we? And also, you're beautiful and delicious, Star. Just saying. 202? 101 and 202. They're miles away from each. Of course they are. Of course they are. But this was out in the morning. We were still kind of waiting to see what the storms would do. And so we were just kind of going on a little field trip. It was nice and green and pretty outside. And I had to take a picture of the dark looming clouds and how bright these trees were, because it was absolutely gorgeous, okay? And we were coming upon Tulsa because since we were waiting and trying to get through things, I had decided, hey, there's this thing in Tulsa. Why don't we go see it real quick while we kind of wait and figure out what exactly the storms are going to do, where we want to go. Redneck, good morning. How are you? At least Dash. Yes, I will agree to Dash being beautiful and delicious. But let's talk about the rest of the chat, okay? Living out Tulsa time. But I was trying to get a picture of like the skyline and the nice clouds. Now, of course, we started having bugs come on the windshield. I don't know how many times we cleaned these windows. I'm not gonna lie. I don't know how many times we made sure that they were clean. And, you know, there's always bugs that are gonna come up. But it was just funny. I don't really know if I like this picture, though, because it doesn't really showcase it. I'm gonna keep it for now. But I think I have a better skyline picture of Tulsa, okay? Now, we had went in, and I had saw that there was this big man that we could go to. But I didn't know that it was the entrance to the Tulsa State Fair. So, made Mr. Steak turn around, so that, all of it was on my side of the car. And we were heading back towards at least some of the way we wanted to go to. And made sure that I didn't forget where this was by taking this picture. But then look at this man! Look at him! Now, I hadn't really looked to see what all it said on here. I think this was the radio station that is hooked up around here. And it looks like it's a rock station that it's hooked up to. But this must be the music and stuff that plays in the fairgrounds for Tulsa. But look at his shoes! Why are his shoes so red? Yeah, I had kind of wanted to go in and like compare Mr. Steak to him, but he was like, nah, we're not really going to be able to really stay in there, so let's just do a drive-by. And I'm like, that's fine, you know? I'm not going to show y'all pictures of Mr. Steak without his permission. A majority of the time. Let me check something real quick though, because I know that it's still trying to send pictures. Hold on. Okay, he's talking about something else. Okay, so that Mr. Steak did send me messages, and I'm like, uh-oh. What'd I do? And not us just talking about him too. Making sure that all these pictures are sending though. Okay. Because it did tell me that one didn't want to send again. Okay. But yeah, no, I wish I could have had them next to each other, and I totally would have asked him, because listen, these shoes and how, okay, so here's the entrance doors, right? Mr. Steak probably would have came to about the height of his shoe. And I would have came up to like the notches, the laces in his shoe. we can eat him too? What? Huh? Yeah, no, he's humongous. And I was like, oh my gosh, this is gonna be hilarious. Babe, do you want to go see a big guy? You want to do the funny? Because he was letting me pick places that we could go to real quick and just kind of have a look around and just kind of do historical things. I love doing and seeing historical little things. Or going to little areas that would have been adorable. But, huge tall man. I love to see. Yeah. Yes, Star. Happy, you're hilarious. But there was also this train that's at the, it's on the corner of the lot to the fairgrounds. And I thought it was a really pretty train. This is the only picture that really took, and you could see the words of it and the number. Now, I can tell you guys this because I don't think nothing's really going to come of it. Dirks is, my grandpa's side of the family. That is their last name. So I'm going to have a fun time sending this to my family and then be like, where were you? Nowhere. Now we still had time to kill. So he was like, okay, fine, let's go somewhere else. Where else can we go? Right? There is this national park that has these pretty red and green mountains. We weren't able to go in. A lot of it is closed right now, and otherwise it's on the trails, but it's called Turkey Mountain. It's near Tulsa. It's someplace me and Mr. Steak would love to go when we have time to just kind of sit and stay around in Tulsa and have a good time. But look at that. This is what I want, you know? I want to go take pictures of this. That's just absolutely gorgeous. And you could see the layers of all the rock. Oh. But we couldn't go in. We were still on the road. We were just trying to go. I do believe that's the last picture of that set. And I'm hoping these are all, they're not all chronologically, I don't think, actually. That's okay. They were trying to load. But that's okay. Now, this is the better picture that I have of the Tulsa skyline. Now, I am going to see if it looks better cropped on my phone. But you could see the water and the clouds, and it just, gorgeous. It does look a lot better on my phone. Okay, hold on. Let me do things on my phone real quick. Hold on. There we go. Okay. Oh, there's another picture of it. Ooh. Yeah, baby! Look at that! Look at the nice Tulsa skyline. and the nice little trees and the water. Now, if I remember right, is this the Red River? I think that's no, that's not the Dummy. Sorry. I think. I don't know. Right now I don't know. But it was kind of getting dry around, and you're like, okay, you're about to get some rain, baby. You'll be good. Now, we were just driving around still, and, we had went past the Turkey Mountains at this point, but we weren't able to stop at them. You prefer what? Yeah. We didn't even know that we were about to go down on this. We turned the corner, and there's this big dip going on here. And we could just see the sky and the trees, and it looked so gorgeous. Mr. Six, like, take the picture, please. It looks pretty. And then we had went out of town, and we were like, you know what? We're going to go to Muskogee and kind of meet up and see how the storms are displaying over there. And just we were just having a good time. We were just driving around, trying to figure out how the storms were going to develop, but you never know. Hey, yo? Redneck, never mind. I didn't say anything. Didn't say nothing. But we were going through the country now. We're going on some kind of back roads, kind of highway roads. This looks a little bit more detailic on my screen. I needed some sauce for the trip. Possibly. I'm not gonna say more. me and Mr. Steak had a great time though. But I had took this side and then over the road. Sometimes it's really nice seeing the road and then the clouds just kind of as they go into the distance. Oh. So we had found a road that was named Skelly, and we had went on it. It was, the frontage road onto the highway. And we had just put on Hades music. We were like, you know what? Hades music sounds really good. We got kind of stuck on Hades music for a good long while. We were stopped because they were doing some road construction in front of us. Excuse me. So I felt like I was able to just kind of watch over the clouds. Like, I like seeing the clouds slowly move. Like, look at this. See, those clouds are moving so fast. You can't tell me they're not moving fast. And then we still had all the people in front of us as we were just trying to go down the road. But I love when there's little sky that comes through. Ugh. I thought it was absolutely gorgeous. And then we had found our way into Muskogee, right? And we were getting hungry, right? And I saw that there was this nice kind of place. It sounded good. It had burgers. It had hot dogs. I was like, you know what? Let's go there. Beacon Drive-In. Let me tell you about this place, okay? This restaurant, it looks like a Sonic on the outside. It has little Christmas lights that are hanging down from the outside of the awning. And this is the menu. Okay? White cheddar bites. We got jalapeno mac and cheese. We got brownie bites. We got hot dogs. We got burgers. We got a steak sandwich. We ended up getting a cheeseburger with bacon. And it's only cash. It's only cash. And I was like, Mr. Steak, we have to take our emergency 20 before we go. And this was emergency 20 well spent. I am going to tell you right now. Because that cheeseburger with bacon on it, delicious. These french fries, they are well seasoned. They have a little extra seasoning on them. They are gorgeous. These tater tots have a nice crust on the outside. Like, we're talking crunchy crust. And it's a nice, soft inside. And I had saw these munchers. I'm like, babe, what do you think they mean by munchers? And he's like, I don't know. I was like, let's ask them then. And he's like, let's just order them. And we ended up asking them. Because I wanted to make sure that what we were getting was what we would want. Munchers. We got the jalapeno ones. Listen. These are cheesy potato jalapeno basically tater tots. But they're in a slight sweet crust. Like, you could smell the slight sweetness to them. And it's more of a, like a kind of chicken crust compared to a normal tater tot crust. Oh my goodness, they were pretty good. Like, this was just good food, okay? But I can show you the pictures of the food. We had got it to go. And, okay, so Mr. Steak wanted a Frito chili pie thing. The bacon dashi is, yes, absolutely. I mean, every time, right? The chili was good. Everything was just basic good. Nothing was too greasy. Nothing was too messy. We sat in the car for a little bit. We had the Frito pie, whatever you call it. Here are the fries. You could tell how dark and how much seasoning there's on them. They all came in like a little bag. And I just took a picture from the top because I knew we were going to demolish them. Yes, Frito pie. See? You know what I mean. Here are the tater tots that have that nice crust. And it was just a little soft on the inside. And you can see like how non-oily they are. There was like no residue on the bag of how oily they were too. Now here are those little munchers. Here's the munchers. They were like in a little circle. They were basically bite size. I did eat, like take a chomp out of it, like that much of it, just to kind of see the inside. In my opinion, they did need more cheese and a little bit more jalapeno because they weren't that spicy. I could tell that there had been jalapeno in it. I could see the jalapeno. But it was definitely dulled down from what it could be. And they smashed this burger. Like, this is a smash burger, okay? But I took it out to take a picture because it was a little bit easier than in the bag for this, okay? They tasted so good. I recommend if you're ever in Tuskegee that you go make sure that you go find the Beacon Dine-In. It can get a little busy. It can be a little long. It is cash only, but it is totally worth it, okay? Now, we still had some time to kill, and I had saw that there was it's like Mallard Bay or something like that. And I was like, oh, let's go. Let's go see if we can find some duckies. Now, there weren't duckies. And it looked nice right next to the river. But I did see, like, these geese. There was white geese everywhere. And they were so cute. And got little pictures of the birds and the mountains in the background. And we had decided that wasn't eventful enough. And we knew that there was a dam. So we were like, you know what? Let's go. So we went speeding down the road. I got all the clouds. I was going to see if I could get any of the cows that came in. They're just too far. But I had nice fluffy clouds to look at. And there were so many sunspots. It was so sunny. So my camera was getting little sunspots from that. But here's the dam. Look at it. And it had little water flowing out. It was closed. I was still hoping it was open, even though it kept saying, oh, closed, closed, closed. We still wanted to go. Oh, time for the next set, I think. Yeah, here we go. We got a little bit closer to it. There was some geese down here again. You could see the water overflowing into the little down here. It looked fine. We wanted to cross it, but it was okay. We had came down, and even though it was saying road closed, and we're like, fine, whatever. And this was the other side of it. So we had been off over this way a few miles looking at it from that direction into these. And then we were over here, and I love how the sky looks. I like how kind of dark this cloud is. And then these are just like kind of white and fluffy. And there was some rocks over here. Like, okay, from the difference of this picture, we went over this way for the road and just kind of turned. And there was these nice, pretty mountain rocks. I love seeing them. I love seeing with the trees behind them. And then we had found this town. I don't remember the name of this town right now, but the town right before this was called OK. And there's a OK fire station. And it was okay. It was all right. Some people would say okay. Like, it was funny. It was funny going through the town of OK. But I thought this was really cute. The little mural with the horses and little train. Wagner. We went to Wagner. That's what it was. We went to Wagner. It was nice out there. And then we got back on the highway, trying to watch the clouds, trying to find any storms we could follow. Now this right here, this kind of truck where it has two different little supply things. Mr. Steak and I call those double trucks. And when we find one, it's important. I feel like I'm talking a lot, but I hope you guys don't mind. I just had so many gorgeous shots like this, even though there's like the bug right there. You could tell the bug's there. Like, this is just gorgeous shots. And this was yesterday morning in the afternoon. Now, we had started going and finding our direction of where we wanted to go. Oh, hold on. We had started finding the direction we had wanted to go. We ended up going into Arkansas. We ended up, hold on. Whew. We ended up, going towards Fayetteville. We didn't make it all the way to Fayetteville before the storm started to react. And we did have to go through the tunnel. We were watching Connor, and his car kept making this sound, and it was so annoying. But we love going through tunnels. We love the tunnel. And then when you get out of the tunnel, when you're going north, it just opens up to this beautiful mountains and trees. And there's a nice little dip over here on this side of the just kind of valley. I love going through that. I don't know how many times I've gone through that tunnel, and every time I come out, it's just the bestest. Hi, Blitzy. Good morning. Okay, I'll take a sip. Hydrating. All right. But I don't know how many times I've gone through that mountain pass, and it just, every time when you come out with the mountains and the trees and the nice little valley, it's just gorgeous. I'm doing very well today. How are you? Secret tunnel! I love going places. I love doing new things. But sometimes the old stuff is just amazing as well. Now, on our way up to Fayetteville, these clouds had started to form really well. And it was starting to get darker. It was starting to kind of build. It was starting to get a little electricity going. I, as camera woman, also wanted to make sure to get that mountain and how kind of hazy the clouds looked over it. And the green that had started to come in to the clouds. When it starts getting green, you know that there's a storm a brewing, okay? Yeah, I was just trying to get those clouds, trying to get the kind of storm. Mr. Steak was so super excited because of that darkness right there. He knows how to identify the clouds a little bit better than I do. And was getting more excited as we went further into it. And just little pictures that I'm not liking a lot of these. I can edit them a little bit later, a little bit better. Hold on just a second, though. Again, I'm trying to make sure that Discord is getting all of the pictures that I'm sending it because I took a lot. Okay, alright. And then there was this. It had the little dark on this side, the little light on this side. I like this picture a little bit better than some of those other ones that I took out there. But here we go. That's back to the beginning. And this is without the truck there on the side. And it looks even better to me because I love seeing how it looks dark on this side and just kind of light and fluffy on the other. How are you, Star? I'm doing well, though. Just kind of looking at these pictures, having a review for myself as well. Trying to make sure I got all the pictures in here that I sent. Oh. I love when trees go over the road and it just seems like you're being protected by the clouds. And there's little openings.
Make sure we're not driving into a tornado. Or at least something that's spinning up.
And you can hear Mr. Steak.
It's definitely spinning. Holy shit.
He loved how this opened up. Oh, he was so excited. There was no tornadoes that broke out, so there wasn't like any spinning and stuff that I could get on camera. I just got storms and little rain.
Give me a clearing, please. I know there's trees everywhere because we're in Arkansas, but give me a clearing. There's
gonna be a little something up there.
Look at our right. We may have a wall cloud dropping either in front of us or to our right.
Okay. You could see him like over explaining and making sure that we're both aware of what's going on. Cows!
I'm having reservations about driving this way.
Moo! You're suddenly having reservations?
Yeah.
Me repeating
Put it simply.
because I was listening.
That.
But there. You see that kind of darkness glooming over on that side? That's what he was excited about. That's what he wanted. And he was hoping that it would turn into a tornadic activity, however you say it. It didn't. But that's okay. Like, here's a nice little shot that I was able to get of the dark looming going on. Excuse me. Sorry. Now, my camera usually focuses on the rain that's on the screen before it focuses on what's going on outside, unfortunately. So some of these pictures are more of the rain and not of the actual outside, which kind of make me upset. But there was moo cows. There was more moo cows. Got to point out the moo cows. Hold on just a second. Try to see if I can find something here. I need to blow my nose. Give me just a moment. Let me see if there's another video. No, but there is this. This is a really pretty shot. Hold on. Oh. All right. I do have to blow my nose, but I will wait till we have another video. We had a nice little aesthetic rain going for us. And I love when the rain just kind of beats down on the window. It's just pretty. It's just gorgeous. I love it. But I wanted to make sure I got some just rain. All right, and then the next set of stuff, that was that. Oh, another video. You ready? Are you ready for this? Rain! I was trying to get some of the lightning to go through. I was trying to show how these clouds were looking, but I loved the aesthetic that was going on. I love rain. Again, it gets the rain before it gets the outside. Like this one looks cute. I like this picture, you know? See the little rain droplets and seeing that in the background is kind of hazy. But at the same time, I want it outside. I did take a good amount of videos so that I could kind of stop in between them if anything happened. And also rain. I loved the rain. Again, another where it didn't want to take the outside and want to take the inside. This actually went through okayly. You know, you got the nice water here and looks and the outside going on. Put the little rain droplets. That looks aesthetically pleasing. So it's okay. We had to start heading back down. We did go through the tunnel again. I didn't take a video of us going through the tunnel again. Me trying to get little pictures, but we had to have the shoot wipers going. I couldn't remember when I sent these. I couldn't remember which ones were videos and which weren't. I'm like, you know what? I'm just gonna send them all. Just gonna send them all. That's back to the beginning of that set. But look at this. You could see the mountain. You could see the sun on the other side of the clouds. You could see the dark clouds just kind of forming together. Again, I took a bunch of pictures with and without the windshield wiper. This one's with the windshield wiper. Most of the time when I took a picture out through this front screen, it was a little bit better about not focusing on all the dots that were on the window, but sometimes I had a hard time. But look at that sky. The nice little fluffy cloud, the nice little mountains in the back. You could see the trees making their line too. Some of this was just too gorgeous to pass up. And then when the road opened, it looked gorgeous too, with the sun cascading in.
But it's definitely spinning.
We had
John McKinney as well. He's kind of underneath it.
We had to take this exit to just kind of look over the storm.
This is Chaser Convergence from Hell.
There was so many people getting off at this exit. So many. And Mr. Steak was like, I see a lot of storm chasers in this. Do not dox any people. Take that away. Oops. But we had stopped in this town. I tried to take pictures of the dark clouds looming across the way. You could see kind of where we were. Just trying to get those nice, pretty clouds. He would see me trying to take pictures, and when it wasn't raining, he would try and make sure that the window wipers were down, because he loved this.
I'm fully anticipating that there will be more damaging winds.
Now we're listening to max velocity, making sure that we were going the places we wanted to.
Western parts of Arkansas and the higher elevations, Conway, Little Rock, you guys need to be staying weather aware, because eventually all these...
Max velocity is his favorite, probably, of the weather people to look after. He's a person I was originally introduced to by Mr. Steak. Looking at those clouds. And you could see them slowly moving up this way. And they were going a little northeast. And they looked gorgeous, kind of cascading, just kind of slowly moving in that direction. And then, of course, this one wanted to focus on the aesthetic and not as the full picture. But it looks cool, you know? It gives the I wear my sunglasses at night kind of feel. This one was able to focus a little better on the outside there. I thought this was pretty with having the water tower in the background as well. I remember taking that when I was like, ooh, water tower. Ooh, more videos. Let me make sure before I click on these. Okay. We had started heading down south again. I think you're handsome. Yeah, that's what got Rocky. We had to start heading south. We were trying to meet up with 3 different storms at one spot, seeing if anything would happen, it would happen there. Yeah, well, I'm not surprised that I'm insane. So, I'm not fazed. Get got. We had started trying to meet 3 storms, hoping that they would pick up some speed and show us a little tornadic activity. Storms are so pretty. We had stopped and we were trying to figure out if it was going to amount to anything, if it was going to do anything. And of course, my phone was getting the rain that was sitting there on the window before it was getting outside. And it looked really pretty out there, and there was some cows in that field. But, you know, they were a little too far back, and if the window doesn't want to, and if the camera doesn't want to focus, it wants the window, then it's going to take the window. And this was just going down the road, mostly just the rain. I like getting when the rain really hits on the windshield. trying to get the lightning. Yeah. But once it had cleared up, I had pictures like this. Like, you can't tell me that isn't pretty. Like, you could tell that one was pretty. Like this, if it would have focused better. Does it focus better in this one? It does a little. It focuses better in this one. But, like, look. Oh. I love the nice little kind of orangey pinks going through. See? Like this. That orangey pink. And the clouds. I love it. I love it every time. This, when it was starting to get dark outside and we had started to use the headlights. Hi, Flamingo. How are you? Good morning. Good afternoon to you. Good morning to me. Yeah. I'm so glad to hear that, Razor. I hope you have a wonderful day, okay? Oh, look at those clouds. And then and then it was starting to get darker. Oh, that went back to the beginning. I was so for sure I got a video with that window down. Is that here? No, it's not. Oh, this is when the lightning started to creep through the clouds and they were only in the clouds. Ah! You're so silly, Rocky. For me, it's 11:08, so I could say morning and you can get got. I took a lot of videos of those clouds though. Okay, and people with white, bright lights, they hurt, okay? You're being cute, Rocky, okay? That's nice. You can hear me listening, but focusing, you know? I'm just like, okay. Uh-huh. Like, I'm just taking a bit, I'm just doing a video this time. Okay. Now, there was a lot of trees that went through here. There was a lot of stuff that it was hard to get all of that up there. I think this needs to restart. Here, hold on. I was trying to get all the lightning that was going through it. This is not doing the video very well. Oh well. That's okay. We can move to this one. When I got nighttime. And all of the lightning started to just kind of peek through the clouds. You'd just be a Rocky. And at this point, I had wanted Snail House. Snail House is is a great artist that I enjoy their music. It's nice. It's upbeat. It's just kind of nice. Snail House is really good. Oh, seeing that. And a lot of these are now going to be just videos because of the storm. Now, I do think I'm missing some, and I think they're here at the end instead. Hi, Pokey! How are you? Good morning! Now you could see how the storm kept doing lightning. But it's almost always behind the clouds that it's making that light. And then you can see the little raindrops on the windshield. Oh. Just relaxing. We love that. We love that, Pokey. Oops, Doodle. I think that this is the one we were just watching. Now, we went and we took this kind of bridge right here. It's not over the water, but it's right next to some water that will sometimes flow up. We were on our way back home now. We were 3 hours away. We knew we were probably going to reach home around midnight because we did have to stop, you know. We did have to go to the bathroom. We did need a little snack here and there. But this nice long bridge was really nice. I really enjoyed it. And then me trying to get the storm clouds to go through still. But trying to get the camera to focus in on the clouds and stuff was hard because it's too dark out here. So I would try and pan down the phone to get lighting and then kind of face it back up. And it just didn't like it.
I feel like that might freak you out.
It would. But I could get this. I ended up able to get this. Because it was going light enough. It was getting electrically charged. Yay, it's updating, Pokey! I love that. Is there one more? Does it go back to the beginning? No, there's one more. Okay. I was trying to get some good lightning going on. And this one is the one that really reacted for me. But I was having a great time. Mr. Steak was too. Even though it was late, we didn't really get a whole lot of tornadoes that went on. The storm was gorgeous on the way home. Okay, and that's that. Okay, so I'm pretty sure it's missing some. Here's some of what it missed. Is that two of the same thing? It looks like that's all the same thing. I think we already saw these. Hold on. Yeah, no, we already saw these ones. Okay, so where's the one that I'm thinking of? There was a little spot where, we were at this spot right here, but I was so for sure I had one with the windows down. Give me just a moment. I want to make sure that I still have that video because it was a pretty video too. Looking for the windows down before it started to rain. Trying to look for it. Hold on. Aha! I found it, okay? I literally am rolling down the window for this. So hold on. We got one more, and then I think it's time to play some DBD, guys. Waiting for it to upload. Sending. Okay, let's see. No, it's not there yet. And these just did a lot of double going on. It said it didn't send, but it actually did. So let me just kind of oopsie doodle those. And then here's the one I was looking for. Ooh, ooh. You know what? Whatever.
Whoa.
You can see the clouds just kind of moving along. They weren't moving as fast as some of the other ones before. Try to see if I could get any of the lightning. There we go, like that. And it finally given me some of that lightning that was going on instead of, you don't know how many times when I want to take pictures of the lightning and it says, nope, I'm not gonna do it while you're taking the video. Like, you little bitch. No, there were some cows off this way is where they were. They were over on this side over here. But yeah, it was a great time. I enjoyed going. I'm glad we got to see a few things. I'm glad we got to see some storms, some lightning. Some of my favorite stuff was these right here, though. Like that. Just kind of going down the road and seeing all that lightning in the distance was gorgeous, okay? I had such a great time, though. Alright, let me take that away now.